Side chest pose. This is one of the classic physique poses that you're gonna get called to do in your competition. Usually it's either the second or third. You almost always start with the front double bicep. I've got a video on that. So check it out if you wanna see tips on how to do that. But we're gonna go from the ground up on how to do this pose to help you get ready for your competition. So the reason I say the ground up is because we always wanna think legs first. Go all the time at the gym, be flexing, looking at yourself in the mirror. You're rarely flexing your legs unless you're just looking at a leg or something like this. So think about legs. You wanna get those set, be tensing them the whole time, which with this pose, it's a lot easier because you're squatting some, so it's kind of tensing your leg itself. So just so we're ready, let's get the legs showing. The side chest with the legs, there's a couple ways to do this. I prefer squatting both legs, but you'll see some people go like this with their leg like that and tense it. You gotta play around with what you want. If you do it this way, you can kind of push your knee into your other knee so that it helps with flexing your quad, flexing your hamstring, and you sit some. For me, you kind of look in the mirror if you're squatting with both and just see like, okay, where do my muscles show the most? Like with the light coming in here, as I'm standing here, I can see, okay, right about there is pretty good where I'm seeing here. I'm seeing a lot of definition there. But you also want to think about squeezing your glute, and that's the hard part because it's not a muscle we're typically squeezing when we're posing, right? So you want to squeeze it. You know, the bodybuilding is pretty much like a thong, but the classic physique or trunks, you can kind of see the bottom of your glute. So if you have some striations there, as you squeeze it, you're gonna be able to see it. So a little bit of squatting. I push my knees into each other even when I'm squatting, so that it helps put tensing this leg and thinking about it, that I'm doing something with my legs and not just squatting. And then we're gonna be bringing the arm over, but thinking about the obliques, it's not really that they're showing, but you want your waist to look small because there's a tendency, as you start flexing this, since it's from the side, you're just relaxed because no one's really seeing your abs or anything. But you still wanna flex those obliques. I'm gonna kind of switch back and forth so you can see it from different angles. Like if I'm flexing like this versus there, you can see the obliques change. And you want as much definition as possible throughout your whole body, right? So we got the oblique flex, and now there's a tendency when doing this pose, right? Typically you'll see guys go like this at first. You can kind of show your lat as you're getting ready, flex your leg, think about flexing your glutes. And as you bring it up to go like this and have your body kind of stuck in like this, right? But you want to open up, so you want to think big chest. So roll your shoulder back so that you're showing the shoulder. And then you want to bring this arm up so you see the chest, it gets pulled up. I'll go from this side here. If I'm just like this, you don't see much of my chest or my shoulder from the other side. So as I pull this arm up and over, now all of a sudden the chest is showing a lot more on the other side. It makes it look a lot bigger. So this arm back and down, it's making the chest look big there. This arm up and over, right? Like that, and flexing the obliques. I prefer doing this side, so it's more comfortable for me. It's just kind of shadowy over here right now. So there, I like to think, bring this down with my chest open and then pop that up, turn a little bit this way, squatting, flexing, doing the glutes. And now, you know, we got the obliques. You want to be flexing your arms. You see the difference here versus like that. It makes the shoulder pop more, the bicep, and all the lines here. So you don't want to just go there and hold it. You want to flex that arm as hard as you can. Obliques. And you know, sit there and tilt around how much you want this arm up or over. You want to look big. To get in that position, you know, you sit there and look in the mirror a lot and you see it and you can adjust when you're on stage. You're just flexing and they're looking at you. So you want to get used to, okay, I'm gonna get ready and hit it all. Even then, like I went down a little bit, I want my chest to be open. So do that over and over again until you get used to it and can do it, get in the position you want without looking in the mirror. So basically, you know, if you get a camera out or something, that's what I suggest when practicing these poses. Do it in front of the mirror till you get used to it, then record yourself so you're just looking at the camera as you do it and see as I get into my pose, where do I need to tweak things? That's the best way to critique yourself, is pictures and video. And don't forget those obliques while you're doing this, right? And flex the glutes. And sometimes it's not a classic physique pose, but they will call out a side tricep. I had them do this in my last competition. So I just go from there, roll the shoulder back the same, flex the arm, The legs are doing the same thing. You really want to focus on obliques here. Flex the outside or the back chest so it pops. And I usually turn a little bit so everyone can see. And they got, you know, at the end, people a lot of times go like this, but if you do that, make sure you're flexing those obliques. So just to see a little different from this side. See, this side's not as natural for me, so I gotta think a little bit more about pulling my arm back, doing that. And it's just practice over and over again. So if you have any questions, post them in the comments, hit that like button. That is your side chest pose. You got the side tricep you can go to from that. There's also the back double bicep, which I'll be putting out next, and then the thigh and abs pose. Check out the front double bicep if you haven't yet, and I will see y'all in the next one.